Hello, I'm still Pavlo, and today we'll talk about model that quickly gather attention, and it's Simgot EA500. I reviewed a lot of Simgot models in the past, and they were always delivering really stylish looking in-ear monitors with their own tuning, which was also pretty engaging. But last few years I didn't have an opportunity to review their most recent models, and finally EA500, their relatively budget model with price about $80, its recommended price. Probably there could be some discounts and other things. So it's their pretty affordable model, but as usual done with their style, attention to details and tuning and so on. Links to the purchase will be in the description, and of course let's have a closer look. And as you can see, box looks much better than we can expect in this price category, and on the back side they posted two frequency response because here they used that sound tuning system with replaceable nozzles, and you getting two type of filters with two different frequency response. Also here used some advanced dynamic driver with dual magnet system, dual cavities and diamond-like carbon diaphragm, so everything from the specifications or features point of view looks really promising. And you know, soon I'll need to revisit my opinion about affordable segment, because now we're getting better packaging, better materials, better quality, and it's a great thing. So here is some kind of flip, and here are earpieces themselves. So this should be moved this way, and let me shake the inner box because everything is fitting really tightly, and I need at least to make some photos of this box later, so I don't want to damage it really severely, but still some damage was done. Is there something here? So label says ear tips, so let's see. So just 3 pairs of dual colored silicone tips. Not super rich, but we're still talking about pretty affordable segment. Maybe there will be more tips here, or maybe not, we'll see now. And some manual, warranty and other papers, nice practical storage case, and inside there will be cable. So here is a cable, replaceable filters, and spacer rings to use with these filters. So pretty nice. Here are earpieces themselves. I really hate this design as a reviewer, but I really like as a user, because that mirror polished metal looks really great, but when you're trying to make some photos, you will be present at that photos, which I usually don't like. And also, of course, they are pretty easily catching fingerprints. They are not super noticeable, but after some usage, still surface will look a bit touched. But luckily it's easy to wipe with some cloth, so that's what you need to do with time to time to pay for this beauty. In general, you can see design is great. They fitting really well into ears thanks to pretty extended spouts, and of course they are replaceable. So unscrew one, and then screw back another pair. And don't forget about that rubber spacers, because you need to use them to distinguish one pair from another, as far as I understand, because this pair has red spacer rings and this pair has black ones. So here it is. And the stock cable, fairly simple, but at least nice, looking nice. So what we've got here, 2-pin MMCX connector, like absolutely classical, oh sorry, just 2-pin, why I called it MMCX. Just absolutely classical 2 pins, suitable for almost any socket, including recessed ones, but here sockets are almost flush. So this one is for right earpiece, so this one is for left. Fitting nicely, holding pretty well, ear hook to hold it at place, and nice silver spiral braided cable inside of PVC insulation. And here is the splitter with chin slider. I usually like metal splitters, so they be a bit heavier and pull this down. But cable is soft, so microphonic effect won't be an issue here. And it goes down to angled 3.5mm jack, also pretty classical. So cable is comfortable and soft and looks well as earphones themselves, accessory set, and all that exterior stuff, which is done really great. And of course about the sound, I gave them about 48 hours of burn-in. There were audible changes during first few hours, but they were not drastic, so I don't think there is a sense in separate burn-in process. While you'll be fine experimenting with filters and finding proper tips, they will reach their full potential already. And it's really important for them to find the proper fitting tips. For me, big tips from the accessory set are perfectly fitting and providing good isolation and wearing comfort, but I've read some complaints that people had to look for some third-party tips. And also they have 2 tuning filters in the accessory set, but actually difference between them is not that drastic. Red rubber filters are referred as H company tune, and it's really transparent reference to Harman, of course. And the black one is mentioned as Simgot's own reinterpretation of Harman tune. But basically main difference between them is a bit they have a bit different treble, and that's all. And vast majority of people referring black ones are a bit too harsh. For me they are not, but let's talk about that during the rest of review. So bass is nice, it has good body, it's slightly accented, but accent is not really big, and it's made mainly on the mid bass. Deeper layers of bass are present, but they are not dominating, so bass here is slightly accented by weight, but not trying to be super fast or super punchy. They have a nice punch, but definitely not it's not the model for those who need super hard hitting low frequencies. Instead you'll get nice texturing and decent amount of small nuances and details. Not the most resolving bass either, but pretty organic and fairly well balanced for vast majority of genres. There is a slight coloration of lower mids by bass. They sound also a bit warmer, but it fades away really fast, so it's not bass is bleeding over mids or something like that, just a bit slight hint of coloration. Bass is controlled really nice and builds good foundation for the rest of the tune. And as an example, first example, I've got David Gilmour, the girl in the yellow dress, nice relaxed song with acoustic bass part that lead the main tune, and these earphones play it nicely. It's lacking, compared to some more expensive model, it's lacking a bit of firmness in the sound of low frequencies, but it's only when comparing to more expensive models. Mid frequencies are pretty detailed. When we came from the a bit warmer lower mids to middle mids and upper mids, they are detailed with slight accent on the micro contrast, but not too much. For me, they not sound too thin, too analytical, but they really depend on quality of record, because when weight is present in the record, when emotions and dynamics are present, they will play it really well. When something is off with record quality, of course, they're not trying to fix something there. But with proper records, you'll get that balance that dynamic driver gives you, with proper weight and at the same time nice speed. Also, they have accent at the upper mid, so you get extra sparkle for the female vocals, for distorted guitars, and so on. Imaginary stage is not huge, but it's like well built. Not the maximum one, but pretty nicely built, and especially good they managed to represent the separation of instruments, their positioning, and so on. As example for the mid frequencies, we'll use this track. It's Helloween from Out of Nowhere. They have a great album named Metal Jukebox, where they covering different other artists, and you can easily guess who sings Out of Nowhere. And it's like drivey guitars, pretty fast, and even vocal is trying to be in tune with the original, so pretty engaging track, nicely recorded, nicely performed, and these earphones are playing it also pretty well thanks to that slightly boosted upper mids. And the treble, actually, some people say that they are sharp on treble, and some people say that they are unbearable with black filters. For me, it's clearly not. I'm not super treble sensitive, but I can distinguish where some earphones are overly bright or not, so I just can tolerate more high frequencies. And here they are definitely not for those who like warm signature or like absolutely comfortable treble. No, they are a bit more than average with reds, and even more with black ones. And because of that, there is main difference with black ones sounding a bit more airy and a bit more energetic in the treble area, but difference is not that huge. And in general, treble extension is above average, not maximum, but pretty nice. Basic overtone saturations are present here, and they are done really well, and also they are good in giving you that airiness and spaciousness. And example for the high frequencies will be Glenn Miller's Orchestra in the digital mood, one of the first digital remasters of famous music, and it was totally worth that. Kalamazoo, and you can imagine that good treble performance is necessary here, because a lot of brass instruments, percussions, and so on. So this model, of course, is not perfect for this track. They require much more technical model, but in general they give you good sense of realism, and they doesn't sound like it's all like monotone splash or something like that. But keep in mind that if you're treble sensitive, it's better to try them before buying. And to summarize this part, really nice, pretty engaging tuning, a bit unusual, not like absolutely classical V-shape and not absolutely classical Harman curve, but pretty enjoyable tuning. Speaking about the pairings, they require, it's better to add some at least not expensive dongle to the setup to push them to the full potential. Speaking about the comparisons, there are a lot of models in this price tier, but instantly I can recall just two of them. So first one is Moondrop Aria, second version, or whatever it was called, 2020, or don't remember exact name, but second version. And they are more natural, with a bit more detailed but less weighty low frequencies, with a bit more drier mid frequencies, and actually about the same at the treble. Maybe aria is a bit soft or maybe not. And the second model I can instantly recall simply because I really like them or even love them. It's FIO JD7. They went unnoticed, but they definitely hitting sweet spot for me because they are faster than this model, more punchier, but at the same time a bit more aggressive, forward and energetic. So not like everyone will like their tuning, but I do like. So to summarize everything, a really good option in this segment that definitely has its drawbacks, but at the same time they have a lot of positive moments too. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.